Hello everyone, welcome to Insecta channel. So today we'll start the major insect pest of paddy and their damage symptom. So as we know, rice, the scientific name is Oryza sativa. It is the most important and staple food crop for more than 2/3 of the population of India. So if we look into the India, so you will find that more than 2/3 population of India, they are using rice as a staple food, whereas more than 65% of the world population, they are using rice as their staple food. So there are many insects, like more than 100 insect species are there which is associated with the rice crop. Okay, so at one stage or other stage, like from the seedling stage to the harvesting, you will find in each and every stage insects are attacking to the rice. Okay, so out of this many species, 20 pests are major economic significance. So out of the 100 insect species or more than 100 insect species, only 20 pests are there that causing major economic loss to the paddy crop. Okay, so we'll discuss one by one. First is borer pest. So all these 20 pests are categorized into different name, that is borer pest, sucking pest, defoliator pest and non-insect pest. Okay, so now we'll see the borer pest. So borer pest are yellow stem borer. Okay, for example I am giving, so the borer pest are yellow stem borer and gall midge. So the scientific name of yellow stem borer, Scirpophega incertulus, whereas the scientific name of gall midge, that is Orselia oryza. Then we'll see the sucking pest. What are the sucking pests? Like green leaf hopper, you can see here green leaf hopper, that is Nephotetics nigropictus and Nephotetics virescens. And another sucking pest is there, that is white leaf hopper. Okay, that is white leaf hopper, then brown plant hopper, then earhead bug, then mealybugs, then rice thrips. So out of this all sucking pest, the most important sucking pest you have to remember, that is green leaf hopper and brown plant hopper. These two are the major important sucking pest of paddy. And also thrips, in nursery stage you will find thrips is causing more damage to the rice crop. Then earhead bug. Okay, so important one is green leaf hopper, brown plant hopper, rice thrips and earhead bug. Okay, and among the borer, we know the yellow stem borer is causing more economical damage to the rice than gall midge. Now we will see the defoliator pest. What are the defoliator pest? That is leaf roller, or you can say it as a leaf folder, then caseworm, horn caterpillar, paddy skipper, paddy swarming caterpillar, then climbing caterpillar, then yellow hairy caterpillar, then ipterid hairy caterpillar. So among all this defoliator, most important defoliator is rice leaf folder or leaf roller, then caseworm. Okay, these two are the most important, and also this paddy swarming caterpillar, that is Spodoptera marussia, and climbing caterpillar, that is Mythina separata. These four are most important defoliator. Okay, so you have to remember the scientific name, that is Nephalocrosis medinalis, then caseworm is Parapox stagnalis. See this name Pula depunctalis, it is the older name, but now the name is changed, that is Parapox stagnalis. Okay, that I will include in the upcoming class. So next is horned caterpillar, that is Melanistis leda, then paddy skipper, Pelopidas mathias, paddy swarming caterpillar, Spodoptera marussia, then climbing caterpillar, Mythina separata. This thing you have to remember. Next we'll see this grasshopper. It is also causing damage, like acting as a defoliator. So you have to remember that paddy grasshopper, the name is Herioglypus banyan. This is very important. You have to remember the scientific name of paddy grasshopper, that is Herioglypus banyan. And many other grasshopper are there like Oxia nitudula. So this thing, if you will not remember the scientific name, it is okay, but you just remember the paddy grasshopper scientific name, Hieroglypus banyan. Then rice hispa, this is Diclodispa armigera. Then whorl maggot also you have to remember, that is Hydrilla sacasi. So this thing will discuss one by one, like blue beetle also there. Okay, so we'll discuss one by one in upcoming slides. Now non-insect pest on paddy crop. See, pest, you have to have a very clear idea what is pest and what is an insect. Okay, so pest is any living organism that causing damage to the human property or the animal or plant. Okay, that means, for example, rat. So rat is also causing damage, right, to the stored grain. So rat is also a pest. Okay, now insects are causing economical damage, means insect will also come under the pest categories. Okay, so remember these two differentiation between the pest and insects. Okay, pest is any living organism, if it is causing damage means it is a pest. Okay, so we'll see the non-insect pest on paddy crop, that is paddy mite. So paddy mite is also causing damage to the paddy. Then panicle mite, then rice field crab. Crab, you know, this is the crab. So crab is also causing damage. Then field rat, that is Mandicota bengalensis. So you have to remember this non-insect pest of paddy. Now this is the damage percentage caused by the insects of the paddy. So 29% damage is caused by the stem borer, followed by other pest, that is other non-insect pest. Then 9% damage is causing by the green leaf hopper. Then your white backed plant hopper, it is causing 9% damage. Then again the leaf folder causing 10%, gall midge causing 13%, and brown plant hopper it causing 16% yield losses to the rice crop. So now we will see the damage symptom and the insect characterization, how the insect will look, morphological characters we will see. So first we will start from the paddy stem borer. The scientific name is Scirpophaga incertulus and Walker. Why the name has given here Walker? Because Walker is the scientist who has given this scientific name to the paddy stem borer. Okay, so Scirpophaga incertulus, it belongs to the family Pyralidae and order is Lepidoptera. Just remember, it belongs to the family Pyralidae and order is Lepidoptera. So as you can see, this is the adult picture and it is the stretching picture of this adult. So adults are yellowish white with orange yellow front wings. So you can see these are straw color. Okay, straw color, and they are having sexual dimorphism. What is the meaning of sexual dimorphism? That means their male and female will look different morphologically, so that you can identify them easily. Okay, so the female moth is bigger than the male. So if we'll compare the female moth, it will be bigger in the size than the male, and the female moth is having a black spot on each four wings. As you can see here, two black dots are there. So this is female. Now you can identify if two dots will be there on the four wings, this is the female moth. If dots are not there, that means it is the male moth. Okay. Next is female also have a prominent tuft of brown silken hair at the tip of their abdomen. So you can see here brown color silken hairs are there on the at the tip of their abdomen. Okay, so this is also one characterization of the female moth. Then moth are attracted to the light in the night during March, April and October, November. So during this month, like October, November and March, April, so you will find these insects are getting attracted towards the light. You will find the adult insect near the light. Okay. So this is the difference. You can see male moth, female moth, and these are the life cycle. When they will lay the eggs are creamy in color, flat in size, oval, and they will lay the egg in mass. Okay, and always remember the egg will be covered with a buff colored. Okay, so always their egg will be covered with a buff colored silken thread. So it will be covered by their silken threads. Then yellow stem borer larva, you can see, as the name is borer, that means they will bore into the stem of the rice and they will feed on that stem part. Okay. Next, pupation also they will take inside the stem only. Then you can see the adult. This is male or female moth. This is the female moth because it is having black spot. Okay. So nature and symptom of damage. See, always the main important thing is you have to remember the symptoms. Okay. So you just remember like this. When the yellow stem borer is attacking to the rice in the vegetative stage, so they will cause the dead heart symptom. Okay. So what is the meaning of dead heart symptom? That means drying of the central shoot and interrupting movement, water and nutrients. So what will happen? The central shoots, you can see this, the central shoots will get dry, and as a result the nutrient and the water, they cannot pass from that path because already the stem is dried, right? So it is known as dead heart symptom. And what will happen if it is attacking in the reproductive stage? So in the reproductive stage, the panicle, or they will cause damage to the ear head, so they will form the white ear head. Okay, so the damage name is white ear head. Okay, so ear head will become white and chaffy grain will form. Okay, so this is the two most important symptom. One is dead heart, another one is ear head, white ear head symptom. Okay, so when they will cause the dead heart symptom? In the vegetative stage. When they will cause the white ear head symptom? In the reproductive stage. As a result, what will happen? Chaffy ear head will form or chaffy grain will form. Okay. So this is the dead heart. These are the central shoot drying, and this is the chaffy ear head formation or white ear head. Okay. So now the symptoms added together, it has written like pest can be identified with the following symptoms, like dead heart at the vegetative stage and white ear head in the reproductive stage. You just remember like this. Okay. So why there is a reason for BPH, for the stem borer to attain the major pest status? Why we are saying that rice stem borer is the major important pest of the rice? Why? Because expansion of rice area to the new irrigation system. Nowadays many irrigation systems are there. So what we are doing? We are expanding this irrigation system for the rice because rice required lots of water. Then multiple rice cropping system, this is also one reason. Then high yielding varieties, nowadays we are using the high yielding varieties, because of that also the stem borer is attacking more to the rice crop. Then application of higher dose of nitrogen. So it is obvious that if you are applying the nitrogen, then what will happen? The vegetative growth will start growing. So because of the vegetative growth, this pest will come and attack. Then this pest require the optimum temperature like 17 to 30 degree, and they will get this type of temperature in the rice field, and also they required the humid condition like 80 to 90%. So they are getting this type of condition in the rice field, so their population is more and they are attaining a major pest status in the rice crop. Okay, so next about the paddy caseworm, then this leaf folder, everything we'll discuss in the upcoming class. Okay, so thank you all.